Hi guys, thank you for watching The Royal We. My name is Kevin, and in this video I want to talk to you about depression coming out of narcissistic abuse. If you are experiencing depression, I have some good news for you. In this video we're going to talk about certain symptoms of being depressed, and we're going to turn it around for the good. I'm going to talk to you about how these things are actually going to be used to transform your life into greatness. So stay with me. We're going to talk about depression right here on The Royal We. Alright guys, so first of all, let me say that depression is a very strange thing. It deals with the psyche, and as we all know, psyche is not necessarily just limited to one thing. In fact, psychology is based on not just the mind alone, but mind, body, spirit, soul, everything. Psychology is hard to define, and likewise, depression is very hard to define because there's all sorts of different ways in which we feel depressed. However, coming out of narcissistic abuse, there are certain symptoms that result in a very depressed state. But I want to let you know that this depression that we're going to be talking about is actually a good thing. It's working in your favor if you understand what this depression actually is. So first, let's talk about the particular symptoms of depression that you may be facing coming out of narcissistic abuse. And then we're going to talk about what it actually can mean and how it can help you and take you into new places in your life. The first symptom that I want to talk to you about is a lack of motivation and a lack of drive. This is commonly associated with being depressed. Lack of motivation and lack of drive. Okay, that's one symptom. The next symptom I want to talk to you about is a lack of interest. Having a lack of interest in things that you once were interested in, or you're not sure what you're interested in anymore. This is also something associated with being depressed. This can also be a good thing. That's the second symptom. The third symptom that I want to talk to you about is a lack of care or concern. Lack of care and concern for yourself, for other people, and for anything, right? Just a lack of care and concern. These are three symptoms of depression. Now, I want to let you know that these are not necessarily bad things. As a matter of fact, I want you to look at what you're experiencing as opposed to calling it depression for the rest of this video. I want you to call it transformation with me. All right, now follow me on this. Okay, these are things that are taking you now from one mindset, one way of believing, one belief and way you viewed the world is taking you from one place to another. When this idea of the world has been turned upside down, your body is in a transformative state, which can feel depressing because it's awkward, it's uncomfortable, because things are changing. The way you looked at stuff is changing, and it's taking you into another place. So what I'm going to ask you to do with this depression that you're feeling, if those are your symptoms, I want to ask you to roll with it. Go with it. That's exactly what we're going to be talking about. So let's break these symptoms that I talked about down one by one and go through them. Can we do that? All right, let's talk about motivation and drive. A lack of motivation and drive, which is commonly associated with depression. Well, how about this? Prior to this point in your life, your motivation and your drive has most likely been based on the gratification you received from other people. Yes, that's right. Dare I say it? It was for me, and it probably is the same for you. Your motivation and your drive was based on the gratification you received from other people. In other words, you did stuff for other people. You did it for recognition for other people. Right? And for a long time, it got you so far in life. You received praise and you received applause and people enjoyed what you did and that motivated you. And that was your driving force to do things because it made you feel good. The result of what you did made you feel good. That became your motivation and your drive. Okay? Now follow me on this. This was all great until narcissistic abuse came into the picture, until you experienced being with an individual who started to demean and devalue you, and no matter what you did, no matter how much good you poured into the relationship, you never got that gratification, that joy, that applause. You got nothing in return. In fact, you only got hatred in return. They stomped on your every effort because that's what narcissists do, because they don't care about about you, or they don't care about what drives you and motivates you. They don't care. They don't care about how good you can be. And so they stomp that out. And so now you have drawn back and you've lost your drive and your motivation because your body and your psyche has realized, oh my gosh, it doesn't work. I may not get gratification from doing this anymore. Guys, this is where a transformation is now taking place. Your body, your mind, starting to realize, wait a minute, I need to have a new motivation and a new drive. My motivation and my drive can no longer be based on gratification from other people. My motivation and my drive has to be beyond how other people treat me. My motivation and my drive has to be now from inside of myself. That's where you're at. So this depression of a lack of motivation, lack of drive, is simply your body readjusting, getting to that place of what can I do that I don't care what others think. It's from within myself. So roll with it. It's very uncomfortable because you're realizing that your body has to find what that drive is, what that motivation is, that nobody can take away from you. No matter what they say, no matter how much hate, you're still going to have that drive. You're still going to have that motivation. It's something inside of you. It burns within you. Nobody can take it away. All the narcissists in the world, you can line them all up and they can take turns taking shots at you. And you're going to be like, the drive is within me. It doesn't matter what you say. That is where you want to be. So this discomfort, right? This depression, if you will, this lack of motivation, lack of drive is simply a transformation taking place, going from one way of thinking that you have to make others happy to this new way of thinking, I need to fulfill something from within inside myself. Okay? It's a good thing. Roll with that pain, roll with that discomfort until you start to do something, until you're motivated, driven by something else. All right. The next symptom I want to talk to you about, lack of interest. It's kind of the same thing. Interests, guys, are highly personal. Interests are highly personal. And after being involved with a narcissist in an abusive relationship, you know they like to hammer down and beat down your interest. Don't do that. That's silly and that's stupid. And why do you do that? And why do you like that? And does anybody like that? And yeah, they're all blah, 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 blah. Narcissists just tear down your interests, right? And now you've let your interests go. The question I have for you is, were they ever really your interests, or were you doing them were they your interests because you thought you had to have them as interests, or maybe they were someone else's interests and you picked them up along the way, right? It's important to ask because this place where you're in, where you've lost interests, right? It's probably because it's not something that really interested you. And the narcissist challenged that. And you discovered, maybe I'm not that interested in it, right? So this is a good place to be again, because now you need to rediscover what your true interests are. True interests are very personal, to the point where it doesn't matter what anybody says. Somebody can say, don't go play chess again. That's terribly and waste of time. And you're going to say, see ya, I'm going to play chess. That's where my people are. Love them. Doesn't matter what they say. Don't go to the gym and work out. That's a bunch of meatheads. I love working out. I'm going to get big. I'll see you later because that's my interests. Interests are highly personal. Whatever your interests are, you're going to grab onto that. You're going to discover what that really is, and nobody will be able to say anything to take it away. So if you're in this place where you have a lack of interest, maybe it's time to realize that you didn't really know what your interests were. You need to start finding your true interests. All right? The last thing, number 3, the third symptom, is a lack of care and concern for yourself and for others or for anything in general. Understand that it's very difficult to care and concern out of an empty cup. If you imagine yourself being a cup, caring for others, caring for things is you pouring out into them, right? When you come out of an abusive relationship, you're empty. You're poured out and you've had nobody to fill you back up. You can't care and concern for others until you first care and concern for yourself. And you can say, well, I've always cared and concerned for myself. I work out and I do this and I do that. And I've always, if you cared and concerned for yourself that much, you would not have stayed in an abusive relationship where you were called names and demeaned and devalued and cussed at and yelled at and things thrown at you and this and that. While you're trying to find a way to get them to love you and trying to solve a problem that you can't fix. That's not caring and concerning for yourself. Caring and concerning for yourself is immediately going, whoa, back up, evil one. Stay away from me. Go away, okay. You're a monster. I see. See you later. I'm out of here. That's caring and concerning for yourself, right? You realize that maybe you did not care and concern for yourself as much as you possibly could. And so how, if you don't care and concern for yourself, can you care and concern for other things? It's very difficult, right? And that's not something you want to fake. You don't want to fake caring and concerning for other people. That's what narcissists do. Narcissists fake caring and concerning for others. They don't care and concern for themselves. Narcissists have no moral compass. They have no boundaries. They will sleep with you and then sleep with your neighbor and sleep with your best friend and sleep with her mama and possibly her dad and possibly, they have no moral compass whatsoever. They don't care. They don't care if you're married. They don't care if you're not married, right? They don't care for themselves, what happens to themselves. They do not care. So they fake caring and concerning over other people. They fake it. Don't be like that. Don't be like that. Care and concern for real. The only way you can care and concern for real is if you care and concern for yourself. So focus on getting healthy, right? The lack of care and concern, that depressed feeling of not caring and not concerning means that you need to care and concern for yourself more. I made a video of doing self-affirmations. That's a great start. You can check that out. It's right there. Just talk to yourself in the mirror. Remind yourself of the great things. Receive prayer. Just go do things that are going to pour life into you, love into you, because it's out of you being filled with care and concern for yourself that you are going to be able to pour into others, and it's going to be real. It's not going to be fake like narcissists, just trying to get something from people. Yours is going to be from within you, within yourself, because you're an explosive well of goodness, of love, of hope, of peace, and you're exploding. You have so much overflowing out of you. That's what's spilling out to everybody, right? That is where you want to be, but that only comes when you first care and concern for yourself, guys. So I hope this makes sense. Those 3 symptoms that we talked about: lack of motivation and drive, okay? This simply means that you need to find motivation and drive from within yourself instead of from the outside. The second one, lack of interest. Maybe you're not sure what exactly your interests have always been. Now it's time to find interests that no one can take away from you no matter what they say. Third one, lack of care and concern, simply means that you need to care and concern for yourself. Fill yourself up with enough love, with enough peace, that you will become overflowing so that you can genuinely care and concern for others. All right, guys. Thank you for watching The Royal We. If you have any questions or comments, go ahead and leave them for me. I'm on Instagram, where I make shorter versions of these videos so you can share them with your friends. Not as in-depth, but working on it, guys. Help me out with my Instagram. I want to do great things there for you guys. Also, Facebook. I have a course coming out pretty soon, and the course is hopefully going to be a really good thing for you guys. And I'm also taking phone calls, not for much longer though, because once the course comes out, my phone call time is going to be dedicated to the people who are taking the course. Thank you for watching The Royal We. Bye. Hi guys.
Thanks for watching The Royal We.
Yes, thank you for watching The Royal We. I want to let you guys know that I am almost finished with the course. It's going to be available pretty soon, and I'm excited to be able to offer that to you guys. I also want to let you guys know that I'm thankful for all of your phone calls. You can continue to contact me. It's absolutely free. But for those of you who have demanded that you be able to give back in return, I want to let you know that I have put a donation link on my channel. So you're welcome to donate whatever you would like to donate to this channel. And you don't have to. That's completely up to you. Bless you guys. Thank you. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button if you're not already a subscriber, and we will be back with more right here on The Royal We. While you look at the camera, you gotta stay looking at the camera, okay?
Okay.
All right, here we go. Guys, I'll say hi and then you say hi. No finger in the nose. You gotta be professional. 1, 2, 3. Hi guys.